Trump Tribalism and the God Module, written by James Lahde, Ph.D., narrated by Paul Stefano. Forest Tribalism. Young forests are like democratic states, where, given freedom, equity, and space, countless tribes of grass and fern, daisy and fairy, plus aspen and cherry, spruce, budworm, beetle, and tern, compete for dominance, but discover late that elites of lesser number than their own take root in shade beneath their dome. And soon stout hemlock, birch, and maple of size devise a plan for their demise. They compete with equal rights decrees, suppressing all rights of lesser trees, including relative budworm, beetle, and tern. Preface. When I hear the word evolution, the theory survival of the fittest comes to mind. This simplified definition of evolution details not only the ravenous manner in which social vertebrates like chimpanzees, lions, wolves, killer whales, and dolphins track down and devour their prey, but gets the most exposure in television documentaries and movies. While the focus on the brutal titillates and provides a small insight into how evolution works, it reveals little or nothing about the subtle biology that goes into the complex dynamics of humans living within a social context. Indeed, it's within the social context where the dynamics by which humans become the dominant species on Earth were spawned, and the biology that could spawn our extinction for failure to recognize the bad and ugly of that heritage. When discussing tribalism, it's important to realize that while socialization offered better protection from large predators, as well as better hunting and foraging opportunities, it does not explain the success of humans in dominating all other life forms. After all, primates like chimps and gorillas share alliances. Although predation of other species is a hallmark of the human condition, the current view among scientists is that humans dominate because they are social animals, and, like all social organisms, must follow nature's ultimatum. They compete for survival between members of their own species. For humans, Darwinian competition between tribes of humans took on a cerebral context by 1. Utilizing ideologies and their defined moral ideals as distinct tribal signatures, and 2. By spiritualizing membership energies to devotionally protect that ideology at all cost. As a result, those portions of the human brain that deal with cognition, understanding, and manipulating complex relationships within the social context increased dramatically, giving man the upper hand over less intelligent creatures. Today, tribalism has a pejorative connotation, implying those expressing such behavior as being somewhat uncultured. Sometimes nationalism, populism, or ethnoculturalism are used in discussing tribalism. Regardless, tribalism is here to stay, and its tenets expressed daily by presidents, popes, imams, news editors, senators, congressional leaders, and a vast array of city folk. To understand the behavior defined as Trump derangement syndrome, that Americans are exposed to each and every day in the press and on public television since the 2016 election, it's helpful to have some understanding of just why tribalism evolved as a biological necessity for humans, how it evolved over a period of 1,000,000 and some years, and most importantly, just how spiritually addictive and destructive the process can be during times of tribal infighting. Our basic problem with tribalism is we recognize ourselves as highly cognitive, willful creatures. We assume our intellect is capable of weathering the stresses and strains that comes with being social animals. But the intellect is struggling at this time in America, and examining much of the elite behavior driving the derangement syndrome, it's evident most all the aggrieved have little or no free will either. They are zealot tribalists of the most
Sample complete. Ready to continue?